Why did the dirty one make it home, while the polished one was left outside? On the road back to the village, a horse walked like it had something to prove. Its coat was smooth, its steps were elegant. It carried itself as if being seen mad appearance. Beside it, an old donkey moved under a heavy load. No grace, no display, just steady steps. Then a gust of wind tore across the road and threw dust everywhere. When the air cleared, the horse looked down in disgust. This dust has ruined my appearance. So it stopped. It licked its coat, scratched at the dirt, then rushed to a stream to wash away every mark. It would rather be late than look imperfect. The donkey kept moving rigid. Its coat turned gray. Its body looked rough, but it stayed on course. Time passed. The horse kept cleaning, kept correcting, kept trying to look right before moving again. By the time it finally lifted its head, the moon was already up, and the road was no longer the same. The forest had gone dark. Soft sounds moved through the bushes, and the horse understood the truth too late. While it was fixing its image, the donkey had already made it home, already found warmth, already reached safety well. The dirty one arrived. The polished one was still outside. That is how perfection traps people, not always with one big mistake. Often with one small delay after another. Type life lesson. There will always be dust on the road, small criticism, minor flaws, bad timing, awkward moments, the fear of not looking ready. Many people stop for those things. They treat small imperfections like major threats. But life does not punish imperfection as often as people think. It punishes delay. The horse represents people who care too much about image. They keep adjusting, keep polishing, keep waiting to feel ready. And while they hesitate, the moment passes. The donkey represents something stronger, discipline without drama. It understands a rule that saves time, energy, and opportunity. Done beats flawless, progress beats appearance. The dereliction looks display, our business lesson. People lose in business the same way, not because they move badly, because they polish too long. They keep tweaking the brand, rewriting the post, reworking the offer, waiting for the perfect launch. Meanwhile, someone else moves. Not smarter, not more gifted, just less addicted to looking perfect before acting. Execution creates feedback. Momentum creates advantage. Consistency creates results. Perfection often looks like standards, but many times is just hesitation dressed well. Remember this. A little dust will not ruin your future. Stopping for it might.
The bee did everything right, and still lost. In a glass bottle lying on its side with the bottom facing a window full of sunlight, there were two tiny prisoners. A honey bee, the symbol of discipline, hard work, and intelligence. And a fly, a creature often dismissed as messy and directionless. The bee's relentless mistake. The bee followed its instinct. Light means freedom. To the bee, sunlight meant flowers, open air, and life itself. So once trapped, it relied on the same success formula nature had engraved into it for ages. The brightest place must be the way out. Again and again it hurled itself at the clear glass bottom once, 10 times, then far more. It could not understand why the invisible space ahead would not open. But because it trusted logic, it kept believing. If I haven't made it yet, I've
just haven't tried hard enough. So it kept pushing at the brightest spot until it had nothing left. The messy move that worked. The fly was different. It had no grand theory, no sacred belief in the light. It simply panicked and flew everywhere. It hit the walls, dropped to the bottom, then suddenly shot toward the dark neck of the bottle. From the bee's point of view, that movement would have looked foolish, random, even embarrassing. But that randomness had one hidden advantage. It touched more possibility sillies. And then, in one unexpected turn, the fly slipped through the bottle's opening, the part hidden in the shadow. The fly got out. The real lesson. This story is not saying hard work is wrong. It is warning us about a dangerous trap. What used to work can quietly stop working in a different environment. What once helped you win can eventually hold you back. Experience matters, but in a changing system, yesterday's formula can become today's wall. That is why trial and error matters too. Sometimes the answer is not more force. Sometimes the answer is a new angle, a new method, or a place nobody else thinks to look. And most importantly, do not confuse persistence with rigidity. Persistence means staying loyal to the goal. It does not mean repeating the same move forever. Final thought. If you feel like you are giving everything and still getting nowhere, the problem may not be your effort. It may be your direction. Sometimes the way forward is not where the light is loudest, but where almost no one thinks to look.
Loud people look strong. Quiet ones change everything. On the surface, it's chaos. Noise, movement, everyone fighting to be seen. But look deeper. The real force doesn't rush. It doesn't shout. It doesn't need attention. And we with calm certainty You were chosen differently. You were never meant to fit in. You were never meant to fit in. You were never meant to fit in. This girl, I don't understand you. You were never meant to fit in. That's why your path is harder. You were created to lead. You were created to lead. You were created to lead. That's why they don't understand you. That's why your path is harder. You weren't created to follow. You were created to lead. You were never meant to fit in. That's why they don't understand you. You were never meant to fit in. That's why your path is hard. You were created to lead. You were created to lead. Related to lead. You're about to quit. Don't. You're about to quit. Don't. You're about to quit. Don't. Don't. You're about to quit. Don't. You're about to quit. You're about to quit. You're about to quit.
The darkest moment comes before breakthrough. You're tired, you're drained, but this is the final test. Don't stop now.
You're about to quit. You're about to quit. You're about to quit. You're about to quit. One mindset shift, everything changes. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what is this teaching?
different way. Some seasons feel like everything is going wrong, like your stomach's been pushed down.